Badger Max Thursday Night Lights on My 24 is brought to you by Badger Max Premium Sports Drinks. Drink it to the max. Menards. Save big money at Menards. Wisconsin Lutheran College. American Family Insurance. And by Durzon and Menard. They work for the average Joe. Additional support has been provided by the U.S. Army, the Marines, Goodwill, and Sports Radio 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Welcome to the Badger Max Thursday Night Lights High School Football Game of the Week. It's a special Friday night edition. We are live at Phil Datka Stadium on the campus of Germantown High School as the Warhawks take on the Bulldogs from Cedarburg in a North Shore Conference showdown. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike McGivern. I'm with Sports Radio 105.7 FM, The Fan, and this is the Fan pregame show. I'm joined by the two head coaches of tonight's game, Jake Davis from Germantown, Brian Lier from Cedarburg. Jake, I'm going to start with you. Live at Phil Datka Stadium. You know, I miss him, and I know you guys miss him, and I know Brian does as well. I miss talking to him. I miss hearing him laugh and making fun of me, and he meant so much to this community and this program. I'm sure you guys miss him as well.
I tremendously miss him. I mean, he did so much for everybody around here, everybody in the community, and so many beyond that even. It was amazing, you know, the span he had and how many people he touched, and, you know, we can only hope to keep what he built here going and keep the legacy and the traditions going, and that's, you know, what we're really working to do.
I agree. Brian, same question. I know that he was a very, very good friend of yours.
Yeah, Phil is a great man and probably one of my best friends in coaching profession. And even though we were opponents, I learned a lot from him, how he ran his program, how he treated people, his players, his community. And he was just a heck of a good guy and did so much for high school football and in Wisconsin, and miss him a great deal.
Yeah, I do as well. Jake, let's talk about this year's team in tonight's game. Big game, homecoming. Yep. Here at Germantown, and I know you football coaches love homecoming week. Wondering, tough loss last week against Whitefish Bay, how the week of practice went?
You know, it was great. Our theme this year is Rise Up, and the kids really take that to heart, and they did a nice job this week, you know, coming out of it and kind of focusing on the now and not worrying about what happened in the past. You know, it was a tough one, but we got another great opponent here coming up, and we got to get after it. So
the sideline reporter that I had for the scoreboard show said 5 years have been doing the games. This is the best high school football game that I've ever been to. So that's credit to you guys and the team at Bay. Coach, with you guys 5-1 overall. We talked a little bit before. Younger team, got some injuries, but feeling pretty good about this year's group. You said they're scrappy.
Yeah, they are. We've been working with a lot of injuries this year. We're taking this week by week. We've pulled out some close games and have made big plays when we needed them. But we're really going to have to bring our game tonight. Germantown is an exceptional team and has played tough football all the way through the season, and I expect a great opponent tonight.
Hey, Jake, last question to you. Feeling pretty good, too, about this year's group, and we had talked about it. This conference, you know, Whitefish Bay right now seems to be the lead dog, but there's a number of teams that have a chance to still win the conference. Still feeling pretty good, obviously, about Germantown's chances.
I still feel good, but you know, our focus is to win the next game. That's one of our goals week in and week out, and that's what we're going to work to do. So
that's awesome, boys. I'm going to cut you guys loose. On the other side of the break, Terry Kelly and John Weiser will get you the keys of the game. This is the Badger Max Thursday Night Lights High School Football Game of the Week. It's a special Friday night edition, only on My 24.
Welcome back to our special homecoming edition, a Friday night edition of Thursday Night Lights here on My 24. I'm John Weiser along with Terry Kelly tonight as we've got a North Shore Conference matchup between Germantown and Cedarburg. And you know, Terry, we talked a lot in the early part of this season about the Classic 8 Conference being a meat grinder, but I think this North Shore Conference, these top 4 teams, maybe call it a cheese grater.
And the top 4 teams last year wound up going into the WIA playoffs, and it was kind of like a round robin. And the amazing thing is all the teams who won during the regular season lost to the team they beat in the playoffs.
It's an important game in the grand scheme of things for a conference chase and for playoff seeding.
Tonight you got to get that 4th win. Both teams fighting to get that to make sure they're in. It's going to be a battle all the way.
Different styles tonight as we take a look at some of the players of the game that we're going to feature tonight. For Cedarburg, it's a short passing game, so no need to explain why we've got a split end on as a player of the game.
Tommy Willer, they've got to make that go so that their running back, Ryder Sigler, can have his success kicking that ball up into the middle.
Sigler's an interesting player. He goes both ways for this Cedarburg team.
Yeah, he's doing a number of the players for Cedarburg, and Sigler's a linebacker, and he's paired up with another linebacker, Connor Tennell, to try to make sure that that defense can slow down Germantown.
Then we look at Germantown and a quarterback in the waiting here. Dwayne Lawhorn was their quarterback for the last couple years, and now Seymour steps in.
Nate Seymour, waited his time out, is doing really well this year. Big tight end, Connor Edmonds, 3-year starter for them.
Battling back from a little bit of an injury from earlier this season. Then defensively for Germantown.
Well, they got Seth Gunnelson in the defensive backfield, and then wonderful player Austin Mazden. Got a couple Z's in his name. Second one doesn't get pronounced, but he's done a wonderful job at linebacker. He's also a two-way player.
That leads us now to our Badger Max keys to the ball game tonight. How do you have it drawn up for Cedarburg?
Well, Cedarburg has to grind out first downs. They got to keep the ball away from Germantown. They've got to make sure as they start to work on this that they've no big plays. The coach was so worried about that. And then they've got to make sure that their short passing game helps set up their running game.
And for Germantown tonight, what do the Warhawks need to do?
Well, Germantown's been pleasantly surprised by their offensive line. They want to see that continue to work. They know they've got to handle Cedarburg's blitz package. And then the final component here is Germantown says, what we're going to do, we're going to slow down Cedarburg's running game. They love to run. They got to stop it.
Weather could play a factor tonight with the wind.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a little bit crisper with that wind, a little bite. We'll see how much of it's going to affect the ball.
North Shore Conference action tonight as Germantown hosts Cedarburg. We'll be back with the national anthem and our kickoff right after this on My 24. And welcome back to Phil Datka Stadium. We're in Germantown tonight, a special Friday night edition of our Badger Max Thursday Night Lights, a homecoming edition for Germantown as they play host to the Cedarburg Bulldogs. Big matchup here tonight between these two schools. We'll talk a little bit more about it as our Marine Color Guard makes their presentation here today of our colors. And we've got our national anthem coming up, and we'll get to that as well.
Fans, tonight's national anthem is being performed by the Germantown High School Choirs under the direction of Mr. Jonathan Brooks.
Germantown High School Choir with our national anthem tonight. The United States Army Color Guard presenting our colors here this evening from Phil Datka Stadium. And as you can see by those flags, it's going to be a breezy night tonight as the temperature falling into the 40s here. Wind chill actually tonight, probably in the low 40s.
Right, and Germantown is receiving the kickoff. They're going to be going into the wind that first quarter. Have to see how much it affects their passing game.
Well, tonight our game ball will be delivered by Sergeant Brandon Watson, a Marine recruiter with the recruiting station in North Milwaukee. And we want to thank the United States Marines and the U.S. Army being sponsors again this year on our Badger Max Thursday Night Lights, presenting our game ball to our officials here tonight. Gary Gundert is our referee here tonight, the man in the white hat. And then prior to tonight's game, Tony Resch from Raising the Stakes Fundraising and Leadership, along with tonight's officiating crew and team captains, took part in the pregame coin toss. Raising the Stakes works with many of our area youth sports programs to raise funds during the season. Tony Resch, owner of Raising the Stakes, with our coin toss. Out there with Lewis Burns and Logan Francic as well, joining him out there tonight. So Germantown will get the football to start our ball game here tonight. And as you mentioned, Terry, they're going into a pretty strong wind out of the north here.
By the same token, I'm sure Cedarburg hopes to get that immediate stop, have them get a short punt and try to get the ball ahead of the 50 and get their offense clicking right from the get-go.
Back deep to receive, Austin Madsden and Sean Pratcher back there deep, along with Danny Hubert. Gavin Stump does the place kicking for the Bulldogs. They're in the white tonight. Germantown in the blue. And the run up by Stump kicks this one away. It's a spiraling kick. It'll be picked up by the first man through, Danny Hubert. Hubert breaking a tackle, gets it out across the 25, out near the 30-yard line. Good field position here for the Germantown Warhawks on their first possession as we are underway tonight from Datka Stadium.
Yeah, Germantown runs a pretty balanced offense. There's about only 100 yards difference on the whole season between what they've gained passing and running, whereas Cedarburg has to rely on the running game. Germantown, very diversified. Be interesting to see what they're going to choose going into the win.
Again, our Badger Max Thursday Night Lights available streaming live online. Log on to my24milwaukee.com. Click on the Thursday Night Lights link. You can also find complete game videos and photos from this season's game. They'll work from the pistol here on 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. And it's going to be the quarterback, Seymour, and he's going to be dumped behind the line of scrimmage. A loss back to the 29-yard line.
German came out of the huddle. They did double wides, trying to spread out Cedarburg. Cedarburg reacted real well. They read their keys, stayed at home, got that tackle.
Joel Durham, the near end here on the defensive end side, the 6'6 junior, credited with that stop. Give Seymour forward progress back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10. Connor Edmonds will line up wide to the right side. They'll have a slot receiver right side on 2nd and 10. And they will hand it off. Working around the right side with it, that's Peathan. Peathan takes a nice run out across the 40 to 43-yard line, a gain of 13, and a first down. Our first down tonight. Again, first down sponsored by Wisconsin Lutheran College.
Got Peathan on the season so far. He's got 53 rushes, almost 250 yards. They've got 3 different backs who've carried the ball a number of times, and then Nate Seymour, he's a dual threat. So they're going to spread the ball around. Going to see a number of guys play a role offensively.
There you get a look at Nate Seymour, the quarterback. Out of the pistol once again. And this time wrapped up in the backfield is Peathan for a loss. The Bulldogs were ready. They were coming on a full blitz once again, but it was Joel Durham again, the defensive end, coming up with the stop, his second tackle on this drive.
When we did the keys to the game right off, you see those playing off against each other. Cedarburg said they can't allow big plays like that first down run just a moment ago. And by the same token, Germantown talked about being able to handle the Cedarburg blitz package. So it's going to be a chess match, and we'll see who gets the upper hand.
Up front, Dane Ahrens, Max Yar, David Nillis, Phil Fritchie, and Joe Block, the offensive line for Germantown. Again, trying to work his way up through the middle of that line. Peathan again, and he's stopped for a short gain. They'll bring up 3rd and long here. Gets those 3 yards back.
It's going to be interesting to see if they're going to let the wind make any kind of decision, if they're just going to try to get a 10-yard hook pass, work a quick slant, or if they've got something special dialed up.
Edmonds comes split here to the near side. Brad Zakowski split out far side. 3rd and 10. Peathan again will run it up the middle, and again stacked up as he got to the second level, just short of the 45-yard line. Good job by the Bulldogs up front. That middle part of that linebacking core led by Ryder Sigler, who we featured in our pregame.
Sigler, a very tough, hard-nosed kid, also an excellent wrestler. So we'll be seeing him trying to key off the run and stuff that.
One more look there. Connor Stoming will do the punting here. Gets this one away. It's a low spiral. Cedarburg will get away from it. The Bulldogs will let it roll dead at the 27-yard line. That's where Cedarburg will get their first offensive possession here tonight. 8:53 to go in our first quarter.
Yeah, the wind certainly had an effect on that punt. Cedarburg now wants to see if they can start their intention of the evening, grind out first downs.
Max Race, the quarterback, 6 foot 190, a senior, will run the offense here for Cedarburg. And now penalty marker from the back judge before we even get a snap off. Got 12 men on the field, perhaps. While they sort this out, let's head down to the sideline and Mike McGivern.
So boys, over on the Germantown sideline, they're talking about trying to get sustained drives and take the will away from Cedarburg. Defensively, what they're looking to do, make sure that they do not get out of their gaps. Stay in their gaps and make sure they're wrapping up. They're afraid of this Cedarburg running attack, no doubt.
We'll see what happens here. The penalty on Germantown. So it sets up a 1st and 5. And it's going to be Sigler coming through. Sigler across the 35, moving the pile out close to the first down stick near the 37-yard line.
Take a look when you see the Cedarburg offensive linemen come up to the ball. They are literally side by side, foot to foot, and they just run that double wing offense, trying to find a crease, bring it up inside, just drive them off the ball.
Sigler picks up the first down. Again, this season's first downs are sponsored by Wisconsin Lutheran College, located in Milwaukee, a comprehensive Christian college offering 37 undergraduate majors, an accelerated degree completion program for adult learners, and graduate degree options. Learn more at wlc.edu.
Yeah, it's a brand new Cedarburg team this year. They graduated 2 players, Alex Shabesta and Jonathan Stever, who had rushed last year for over 2,500 yards between them. They're continuing that same offense.
Sigler again coming around the right side, dumped across the 45, out near the 47-yard line, again near another Bulldog first down. In on the stop for the Warhawks, Austin Marsden. Marsden, a 5'10 junior, player we featured in our pregame.
Yeah, Cedarburg just would like to see themselves average 4 yards a play. Just keep grinding out the yards.
We go to Sigler again, circles around, first down and more across midfield into Germantown territory down to the Warhawk 49-yard line. In on the stop, Riley Dorsey, the outside linebacker, the senior, but another Wisconsin Lutheran College first down for Cedarburg, and they're staying ahead of the sticks here, 4 yards a pop. They get up quickly. Sigler again, this time met in the backfield. Dorsey right there almost immediately as he took the handoff from the quarterback Race. And Dorsey able to get credited for the tackle for loss.
Now they've run all the plays to their right side out of this wing offense. What you might see pretty soon is that counter play coming back to the left.
And there's shift, and there look like 2 men moving that time. Double shift, if you will.
As that Cheered has done so oftentimes with the opponents, you can't do that. And I'm sure that's not what Coach LaHare wanted to see happen with his offense.
I think the man in motion was clean. It was the right tackle here on the near side that popped out of his stance. Again, up front, Matt Gall, Nick Krieger, Adam Mortensen, Jason Miller, Alex Bothy, all there up front. Bothy the captain on that right tackle side.
6'3", 302 pounds. Maybe you understand why they run to the right.
Second and 15. They'll pitch it out to Sigler, trying to go around the left side. Got back across the 45, maybe the 46-yard line. Connor Stoming was there, the other inside linebacker for Germantown.
Yeah, this is what Cedarburg can't afford to have happen, to get behind the sticks, not being able to have that third and only 3 yards or so to go.
Yeah, I practiced the other day. They had that nice little short passing game working with the split ends and the tight ends, just those little slant routes.
They were working about 30 minutes on that, so with the wind at their back, I would have anticipated we might have seen some of that.
A little pitch this time, a little quarterback draw to then pitching it back to the tailback coming through. That was Clayton Van Tassel, the 5'11 junior with the carry. Gets it back near midfield, but sets up 4th and 11 here. And the Cedarburg punting unit coming on.
One of the things, the clock will fly when you're a running team like this that just keeps ticking off. So you've got to take advantage of your opportunities. You wanted to make sure you got advantage with the wind.
Tommy Willer does the punting. It's a low snap, scoops it up, gets this one away, and the wind will take it all the way back to the 15-yard line. Hubert able to get across the 20. Out to the 25-yard line, a return of 10 yards, and that will lead us to our first commercial break. 5.5 minutes to go first quarter, a scoreless first quarter on a special Friday night edition of Badger Max Thursday Night Lights on My 24. Each team with a possession here early on, scoreless here with 5.5 minutes to go in Germantown. We talked about the implication of this game. Whitefish Bay at 4-0, and then you've got the 3 teams sitting at 3-1. Both of these teams, Cedarburg and Germantown, along with Homestead, all at 3-1. Milwaukee Lutheran High School at 2-2. The top 5 teams in that North Shore Conference right now.
Yeah, and you got to scratch and dig to get that 4th victory so that you qualify for the playoffs.
This will be 1st and 10 Germantown from their own 25-yard line. And we'll give it to Chase Callawart. Callawart trying to run around the right side, gets a couple. A pickup of about 3. Brought down on the play by Jack Phillips, 6'3" senior defensive end. Also out there, Nick Albee. Slowed him up just enough. So officially a gain of 2, 2nd and 8. This time Hubert will line up as the slot man here near side. They'll go double slot here and they'll put it up. And they'll go over the middle and the pass incomplete, looking for Danny Hubert. Well covered on the play. Connor Tennell out there with the coverage, the senior outside linebacker.
Yeah, the wind not really a factor on that pass. They just missed the connection. Nate Seymour has done an excellent job this year. He's throwing for 10 touchdowns against only 3 interceptions. So they know they can throw it. You've got a couple big targets. Connor Edmonds at 6'6", Brad Zakowski at 6'2", Jack Brascala 6'3", so they've got excellent height amongst the receivers.
Another critical 3rd down, 3rd and 8 here for the Warhawks. They want to put it up. Seymour under pressure, breaks free, spins out of 2 tackles, but then goes down back at the 23-yard line. Finally getting him down there was Connor Tennell, the 6-foot outside linebacker, the senior, the captain on that defense, able to come up with the play.
Yeah.
So quick kick here. They're going to go right to the punt here right away. Connor Stoming gets off a punt, wobbly punt. And down with it right away is Tommy Willer. Looked like he was signaling for a fair catch. I don't know if the official caught it, but he does make the catch at the 43-yard line. Let's head back to the sideline and Mike McGivern.
Hey, during during the offense on the sidelines here at Cedarburg loved the quarterback. He's taking full control. He said to the offensive line, hey, boys, look, we're beating ourselves. We can move the ball in this team. We just got to knock off the penalties and watch whatever their power play is. You're going to see that here. They all agreed power is going to work against this defense. We'll take a look.
We shall see a different look here. We'll send the flanker Van Tassel split out here to the near side. They'll go 2 wide with the quarterback under center. Race wants to throw. Going for the home run. Man wide open. Catch is made at the 20-yard line. Clayton Van Tassel. Notice right away a different formation. They brought Van Tassel here to the near side. They went 2 wide.
Yeah, you try to tell your defensive backs, you've got to key the offensive lineman. If you see something that helmet shoot right up straight, you know it's a throw. Sometimes you get convinced in your mind they're just going to run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Pay attention to your keys.
Dorsey provided the pressure, but it wasn't enough as Race was able to get it out there. From the Germantown 20-yard line, 1st and 10. And once again, Sigler running hard inside the 20, takes the pile forward to about the 15-yard line. David Nillis there to make the stop for Germantown.
Yeah, quick little trap play up the middle. Trying to do some variations off that motion of your wing cutting back.
This time they'll run pistol here with Race the quarterback. And Tassel in motion, he'll take the end around. Breaks a tackle, but can't break the second one. Is stepping into him right away was Seth Gunnelson, the strong safety, stepping up to make the play. His first stop tonight, the 6-foot senior.
Right, on the season, he's had 12 solo tackles from that strong safety position. He even picked up a fumble, returned it for a touchdown. He was one of the fellows we featured at the beginning of the show.
Well, we want to welcome the great folks at Goodwill as a sponsor this season. When a team drives inside the opponent's 20-yard line, they have entered the Power Zone, brought to you by Goodwill and the Power of Work. 3rd and 10 now with that loss. And it'll be the running back Sigler running up the middle inside the 20, down to about the 16-yard line. Once again there, Madsden, the inside linebacker for Germantown, and looks like Cedarburg's going to go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah, they haven't attempted many field goals. I think only 1 attempt on the whole season, so they're down here to try to get the 6.
Well, they need 8 for a first down. Get him inside the 10-yard line. They'll go tight splits up front. Well, they shift around. They'll put Sigler in at a wing, and then a timeout taken here by Cedarburg. So Brian Lier changing up the formation just a little bit, just to see if he'd draw Germantown off. They did not jump. So a scoreless first quarter. We're late in the first quarter here, about what we kind of expected here early on. Let's head downstairs and get our first interview of the night with Kara.
Thank you so much, guys. I've got Pastor Nathan Strobel with Wisconsin Lutheran College down here with me. Now, can you tell us a little bit about Wisconsin Lutheran College?
Well, Wisconsin Lutheran College is a Christian liberal arts college located on the boundary between Milwaukee and Wauwatosa. And we offer 37 undergraduate majors taught by highly ranked professors. But I would say our value add as a college is the fact that our mission statement, our goal is to train and students to go out and live lives of Christian servant leadership.
And if anybody was interested in looking into Wisconsin Lutheran College, where could they go for information?
Well, students and parents are invited to our Discovery Day, which is October 30th. They can come to campus, receive a tour, meet with admissions counselors, talk one-on-one with faculty members and staff. And they can also the students can go to our website, wlc.edu, and register online.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this season, and back to you guys.
Kara, thank you very much. Well, Gavin Stumpf very close to hitting a 35-yard field goal. I'm not sure what happened there. The officials waved it off. There was a flag on the play. And it's on Germantown. Holy cow.
Yeah, Stumpf had the distance. He was just wide right.
So personal foul. Roughing the kicker, the call. I see. They lined up over the snapper and roughed him up.
And in high school, he is protected.
Right.
You're not allowed to come in and just belt away.
So that evidently was on the center, or on the nose guard over the center, took him down. The long snapper is Mitchell Strobel. Took one for the team there. So the missed field goal turns into a 15-yard penalty against Germantown, so it'll be Cedarburg ball at the 9-yard line, half the distance penalty, so it'll be 1st and goal from the 9 for the Bulldogs.
Max Race last year was kind of filled in on a couple occasions when the backfield for Cedarburg got nicked up, and so he's had some experience. See what he kind of runs out of this offense this time.
Sigler up the middle, breaking tackle, spinning inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. David Nillis to make the stop, one of the defensive linemen, 6'5" senior for Germantown.
Sigler's gone for almost 500 yards coming into this game and has scored 9 touchdowns, and so he's just a hard-driving guy. You can imagine why he's such a good wrestler. He's extremely determined.
Low center of gravity, try and bring him down. And he goes 5'9", 177. Sigler again. Fights his way forward to the end zone. Touchdown, Cedarburg. That drive all on Ryder Sigler. The big pass play that set him up in the Goodwill power zone. And then Sigler finishes it off, his 10th touchdown of the season.
You watch how low he gets his pad level as he goes through that line. Just stays down, keeps driving. Goes right under 2 of the Germantown defenders.
Evan Stumpf to attempt the extra point. Daniel Chico on the hole. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. 7-0 Cedarburg. A drive aided by the personal foul roughing the center that took would have been a Germantown ball at the 20-yard line on the missed field goal, but Cedarburg able to capitalize and punch it in from 5 yards out on the Sigler run.
Right, you know, run it down to just a little over a minute. You wanted to take advantage when you had that wind at your back. They were able to get that score.
The Cedarburg faithful here tonight. Sigler, the 5-yard touchdown run. That's his 10th touchdown of the season. 10 carries tonight for 40 yards for Sigler. That's staying ahead of the chain. So 57-yard drive capped off by the Sigler 5-yard touchdown run. Well, it was a hit show on cable, and now it's on broadcast TV. Don't miss Kira Sidgwick as the closer. That's Wednesdays at 7 right here on Milwaukee's My 24. Mom, I know you're watching tonight. I know you've got that one too. She watches that show religiously.
Would she watch that show over watching you?
You know, she's always said I had the face for radio, so gotta believe. As the kickoff comes down to Hubert. Hubert back to his right across the 15. Gets it to the 20 and out to the 21-yard line, where he is piled up there. Running across the field there. As we get a look into the Cedarburg huddle, that defensive huddle on the near sideline.
Yeah, Joe.
There's Jake Davis, head coach for Germantown. Let's see how the Warhawks respond here. From their own 23. They try and pound it. They go up across the 25 out to the 27-yard line. Ethan again with the carry. He's been the workhorse back here for Germantown early on.
Yeah, good initial surge. Their offensive line coming off the ball. We'll see if they can get the first down, get to the end of this quarter, and what happens when they start to get the wind at their back.
It's amazing. First play from scrimmage. You know who brought him down? Ryder Sigler.
Yeah.
Just scored the touchdown. Once again, Ethan trying to get around the right side. Again, Cedarburg right there. Rough going on the ground here early on for Germantown thanks to that Bulldog defense.
Yeah, they're shooting a gap almost every play with at least one of their linebackers, trying to, get a little advantage on a Germantown team that's got them a little outnumbered.
Jack Phillips on the stop on that last tackle. Looks like Germantown's going to sit this out, let the clock run down, get the wind at their back here for the second quarter. So Cedarburg on a 57-yard drive, a 5-yard touchdown run by Ryder Sigler takes the 7-0 lead into our second quarter. A special Friday night edition of our Badger Max Thursday Night Lights in Germantown on My 24. Bulldogs take a 7-0 lead as we head into the second quarter. John Weiser, Terry Kelly, Mike McGivern, and Kara, and our fine My24 sports crew with you tonight from Germantown. Warhawks facing a 3rd and 7 with the wind at their back now in the second quarter, and they'll toss it out to Peathan, and he'll try and get around the left side. Breaks a tackle, takes it across the 35, maybe the 36-yard line. Good second effort there for Spencer.
Yeah, they had him stuck for the tackle for a loss, and he just broke through. Get the replay.
It's a simple toss sweep to the left side. Got past Clayton Van Tassel there in the backfield. Would have had him right at the line of scrimmage, but slipped past him for the Wisconsin Lutheran College first down. 1st and 10 Warhawks. Again, Peathan just powers his way up the middle for 5 more, takes it across the 40-yard line. Just grinding and scraping here between these two teams. Ryder Sigler playing both ways. The inside linebacker makes the stop for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you can see Cedarburg shifting between a 3-man front, a 4-man front. They're trying to disguise their coverages, sneak a outside backer off the corner to come in on a blitz. Keep varying things.
And again, Peathan pounding the line, spinning out of a tackle, falls forward, close to a first down, might be short. And wrapped up on the play by Connor Tennell. And the whole linebacking core, Albee and Sigler also there.
Yeah, Cedarburg's got 3 players going both ways. We'll see if that starts to make a difference as the game wears on, if Germantown is able to use that as an advantage.
3rd and half a foot here for Germantown. Seymour going to give it to Peathan, trying to get the edge, and he's going to be stopped behind the line. First man there was the lineman McComas, and he also got some help from Nick Albee, the outside linebacker.
Here's the one of the first decisions for Coach Davis. He's got about a half yard to go, and it looks like they're deciding to go for it.
One more look here. Able to turn back Peathan now. So 4th and we'll call it 1 now for Germantown. And Seymour's going to keep in second effort. Looks like he got the first down across the 45-yard line. And Nate Seymour at 6 foot 185, a senior. He does have just shy of 180 yards rushing this season. Able to take it up, go right between the guard and tackle, and get the first down.
Yeah, Coach LaHare was very conscious of what Seymour can do in terms of being a two-way threat. He's scored 7 touchdowns already on the ground this year.
So they convert on 4th down to extend the drive. 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. Germantown trailing here early second quarter. Seymour wants to throw, goes over the middle, incomplete, looking for Hubert. He's coming right down the middle that time. Pass was a little overthrown. It's twice now they've had Hubert get a step on his defender, but unable to connect.
Right. And Cedarburg that time brought 7 on the rush, trying to put the pressure on in a man-to-man defense. And I'm sure the coaches for Germantown are trying to see how those matchups play out.
2 wideouts to the far side. Big tight end Connor Edmonds lined up single coverage here near side. They'll hand it off. Peathan dragging forward out to near midfield. It's brought down by Jack Phillips once again, crashing down from his defensive end spot. Phillips with a pair of sacks this season. Just comes crashing right down that line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Nice size, 6'3", almost 200 pounds, as you said, and he's got 5 tackles for a loss on the season.
Another big third down here, 3rd and 6 from midfield. They'll toss it out to Peathan, trying to get the edge on the left side. Gets the first down and more into Cedarburg territory and rolled out of bounds across the Bulldog 40-yard line. Nice 11-yard run that time by Spencer Peathan, the senior. Had 70 yards in rushing last week against Whitefish Bay.
Yeah, you can't quite see it. They get a good hook block on the defensive end. Can't get around. Peathan gets upfield. Came up, he was moving a little slow, and they, I think, pulled him out of the game.
So it'll be Modson and Callawert in the backfield now. Out of the pistol is Nate Seymour. Another Wisconsin Lutheran College first down. Linebackers creeping up. It's going to be a blitz. And it's going to be option. Seymour has it. He's going to be dumped back at the 44-yard line. They tried to run a little option with Callawert that time. And you can see the linebackers all of a sudden got to the line of scrimmage. They were in a blitz. And they covered up the holes as we get one more look. He pulled it right out of Callawert that
Sam
time.
McComas, held his ground, wrapped up the quarterback, and dropped him.
A loss of 6 back to the 41-yard line. They'll go 4 receivers, double slot here. Seymour wants to throw far side. Ball in the air, and it is incomplete. Broken up out there. Looked like that was Alex Carney out there. Check that 34 out there in coverage. Clayton Van Tassel. Get one more look here. It's in his hands. It was Patrick Hoffman, the defender out there.
Yeah, and Cedarburg was a little concerned with the height of the Germantown receivers trying to match up with their DBs.
Edmonds lined up wide to the far side. Now timeout taken here by Cedarburg. That's their second timeout of the half. Stops play with 7:23 to go here in our second quarter. So Germantown driving. They get the critical 4th down conversion to keep this drive going. They now face a 3rd and 16 here.
Well, it's interesting to note on the 2 previous 3rd down plays, they did that little toss. They tried to get around the end. With a 3rd and about 14, it'll be interesting to see what play they opt for.
Let's head back down to the sideline and visit with Kara.
I've got Sergeant Brandon Watson with the United States Marine Corps down here with me. Now, why did you join the Marine Corps?
When I was younger, I grew up in a city that wasn't so good, and I saw my way out. The Marine Corps was my way out, and they offered me an opportunity to have a career and ultimately secure my future.
So then, other than offering you that career, what benefits have you seen from joining the Marine Corps?
Educational benefits. I'm going to school right now for my criminal justice degree. Securing my family's future as well. Making sure my kids can go to school when they're older. That's also an opportunity that I have.
And where can anybody that's looking to join find any information?
Well, they can come to my office located in Menominee Falls or in Milwaukee, or they can go to marines.com. Sorry.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this season and, of course, for your service. And back to you guys.
Kara, thank you so much. All season long, Mike and Kara have the opportunity to talk with our sponsors, coaches, and other guests down on the sidelines and letting you know about the great things going on in the schools and communities we visit. Our sideline reports brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards. 3rd and 16. Seymour surveys the line of scrimmage. And he's going to keep it. Out of the backfield, he's going to get it inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. Bulldogs not fooled at all. Everyone stayed home, did their proper read. It was Phillips again coming in and making the play. That's 6 tackles tonight so far for Phillips.
Yeah, Germantown tried to make it look like they were going to go wide, and then they did a little read option off of it, and Seymour kept the ball, but Cedarburg stayed at home.
Stoneman going to try and pin the Bulldogs back here. They will get away from it as it bounces down the far sideline, out of bounds, just short of the 10-yard line. Nice job by Stoming. Get that one out of bounds at the 11-yard line. So that's where the Bulldogs will take over with 6:46 to go in our second quarter. Cedarburg with that late touchdown in the first quarter, leading 7-0.
Yeah, up to this point, I think Cedarburg is hung in the ball game very well. I know Coach LaHare has had a number of injuries this year. He's got about 6 people he thought were potential starters who are out with injuries, and these guys have been battling extremely hard.
And one of those, Matt Hokinson, who he talked about quite a bit in our visit earlier this week. Try and run it wide here, and the Germantown defense set and ready. Nothing doing that time. So good job by the Warhawks that time, able to key on the running back. Madsen in there along with Gunnelson, able to finish him off.
Yeah, one of the first times they've come to the left with that little action.
2nd and 10. Hoffman around the right side. Hoffman down the far sideline. Patrick Hoffman brought down from behind just short of midfield. Patrick Hoffman with a nice 38-yard scamper down the far sideline picks up the Wisconsin Lutheran first down.
On Tuesday when we visited Cedarburg, Coach LaHare mentioned that they wanted to find ways to utilize Hoffman, that he was their most explosive player. He's had only 21 carries for 224 yards.
Marked him out just short of midfield. Penalty markers blowing the play dead.
Yeah, the back got a little edgy that time and moving before the snap.
False start penalty against Cedarburg will move him back 5, set up a 1st and 15. So they go a little misdirection. They've been trying to bang short and tight on the runs, pretty much right off tackle. That time they go wide with Hoffman. Patrick Hoffman, a junior, 6 foot, 170 pounds, just his 22nd rushing attempt this year. Sigler this time gets it up the middle across the 45, out near the 47-yard line. Another gain of 4. Sigler with our lone touchdown so far tonight.
Yeah, like we said, if you crank out 4 or 5 yards per carry, you're just going to keep adding those first downs on and on. That's what they want to do. Germantown doesn't have the ball then.
Riley Dorsey credited with the tackle. He's had a busy night here in this first half. 2nd and 10. Play fake. Race going to throw it out. Completes the pass. Kluk with the catch inside the 40. Brought down at the 38-yard line. Alex Kluk, the 6'4" junior tight end, with the reception. And a Wisconsin Lutheran College first down. Seymour and Gunnelson able to get him to the turf.
Yeah, ran a nice little short drag right over the middle. Hit him. And Kluk, a basketball player, knows how to move well within a crowd.
6'4". Bet you can clear a couple of rebounds now and then. This time it's Race up the middle on the little fake on the end around. Race, one of those, you use the term game manager, if you will, if you're Cedarburg, but he does a very good job. I mean, you look at his totals this year, 4 touchdowns passing, but no interceptions, doesn't turn the ball over, protects the ball, hasn't fumbled this season.
Yeah. Only 62 attempts on the year. It also lets you know how much they like running the ball, and that's what Germantown knew they had to try to stop.
Sigler again gets the call, trying to work the left side. He's going to be stood up just as he got across the line of scrimmage. Looked like Dominic Bennett, reserve defensive lineman in there, the junior, making the stop. One more look. Bennett got a hold of him and just was not going to let go. So it sets up a 3rd and 8 here. This time they try and go up the middle, and Again, with all that misdirection, Germantown stayed home, able to play that one nicely. Albee with the run. Well, Drazan and Menard is our Scholar Athlete Award sponsor this season, and coming up at halftime, we'll bring you those Scholar Athletes Awards, and Kara will have a chance to talk to Alan Durzan from Drazan and Menard, along with a few of our other sponsors. That's coming up during our American Family Insurance halftime report. 4th down for Cedarburg. 4th and 10, they'll throw. Race coming down the near sideline, and an over-the-shoulder catch inside the 15 and out of bounds. Tommy Willer, the split end. We talked about him in the pregame. He comes up with big play after big play. A two-way player makes the reception, and a Wisconsin Lutheran College first down.
Excellent concentration by Willer. The defensive back had his hand up in the air. Tommy looked the ball in. One of those strange crossover athletes. You don't see many tennis players out there, but Coach Lair said he's a very, very fine tennis player.
You got to have good hands and arms to be a tennis player. That pays off right there.
The eye-hand coordination came into play.
Inside the 10-yard line, 1st and goal. Sigler racing to the far pylon. Breaks a tackle inside the 5. Diving forward. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Ryder Sigler was not going to be denied once he got the edge on that far side, the right side of the offensive line, and for the second time tonight, takes it to the house.
You know, Cedarburg running backs over the years have had that tendency to just really drive hard, come off the ball, shoulders down, and Sigler is in that same mold.
1 tackle, 2 tackle, 3 tackles to get into the end zone. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. We'll take our break. 14-0 Cedarburg on top of Germantown, trying to spoil homecoming tonight here at Datka Stadium. More coming your way next. A special Friday night edition of Badger Max Thursday Night Lights on My 24. Ryder Sigler's second touchdown, this one from 8 yards out. And the Bulldogs have taken a 14-0 lead over Germantown. Sigler tonight, Ryder Sigler, 13 carries, 51 yards, and a pair of touchdowns.
He's right on that 4-yard a carry schedule.
Stumpf to kick this one into the wind. And it will come near side, and with it is Marsden. Marsden across the 20, out across the 25, and spilled down at the 27-yard line. Carson Bradabo in there on special teams for Cedarburg to make the tackle.
Yeah, Marsden's another one of those two-way players. Strangely enough, one of the other two-way players for Germantown happens to be their quarterback, something you don't see very often.
Well, for all of the info on the green and gold, including special guest players and more, watch Locker Room. That's Tuesday nights at 6:30 on My Place for Sports, My 24. From their own 27-yard line, 2:51 to go. All 3 timeouts remaining. And they will hand it off. Beethan out to about the 30-yard line where he's tripped up there. So we head back downstairs to Mike McGivern.
Guys on the Cedarburg sideline talking to the offensive linemen about who's picking up the inside linebackers for Germantown, trying to figure out why they're causing so much trouble. Got a couple ideas how to take care of that, but they need to move a little bit quicker. He's talking about their feet and making sure they get out to that second level.
That's footwork. It's got to be footwork. You got to kick those feet out if you're offensive lineman. Seymour going to go downfield. Double team. The bookends on Connor Edmonds that time. Not going to let him beat them as Willer and Hoffman provide the bookend coverage.
Yeah, they had him bracketed on either side. That's what you got to do, I guess, with a 6'6" guy. Excellent basketball player. Battling, I believe, a number of things with back injury and a little leg injury earlier in the year as well.
Well, sets up 3rd and long here for Germantown. Nate Seymour out of the pistol. Bulldogs showing blitz. They stack them up as they give it to Beethan again. Beethan It'll be short of the first down, just across the 36-yard line is where they will mark it.
Yeah, they brought 6 that time. They're trying to find ways to hit every seam so they keep the backs bottled up. The only trouble is if he cracks that seam, there's nobody left. So it's a gamble, but it's paying off so far. Van
Tassel making the stop, sets up 4th down. Germantown going to punt it away. And it's an end-over-end kick. It'll be taken by the deep man, Willard. And Willard met immediately downfield by his counterpart, as it was Seth Gunnelson down there to make the stop. Well, Randy Grimes, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer, will join Mike McGivern on Faith in the Zone Sunday at 8 a.m. and again at 8 p.m. to discuss his journey of faith. That's Faith in the Zone on Sports Radio 105.7 FM The Fan, or check it out at faithinthezone.com.
Have to see if going into the wind, if Cedarburg is going to be content to try to go into half with the 2-touchdown lead, or whether they're going to try to get a quick one here.
We'll give it to Sigler going up the middle. Sigler out to the 30-yard line. Connor Stoming making the stop along with Riley Dorsey. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5, make it 2nd and 6. Clock rolling in the lower right-hand corner, 65 seconds to go. Sigler again taking tacklers with him across the 35 out to the 37-yard line. That'll be enough for another Wisconsin Lutheran College first down, a gain of 7. Again, Dorsey there to make the stop. He's been busy tonight, 7 tackles tonight for Riley Dorsey.
I've got to imagine if you're a wrestler going up against Sigler, third period, you better be aware, because he's just going to keep coming and coming and coming.
He'll sit this play out. Race will shovel it off near side. Hoffman again, and Hoffman brought down from behind. Good play by the defender that time, Connor Stoming. Able to take him down for a loss. Loss of 1. It'll bring up 2nd and 11. With 25 seconds to go here in the quarter, I think Cedarburg will have to snap this ball. So the Bulldogs coming into Germantown tonight have set a tone. So hand it off one more time. Valdez with the carry, and that'll run out the clock as it hits zeros here at Datka Stadium. Cedarburg off to a strong start. A pair of touchdowns from Ryder Sigler tonight, and they lead it by a score of 14-0. A special Friday night edition of the Badger Max Thursday Night Lights on My 24. And welcome back to our halftime report, brought to you by American Family Insurance. We're in Germantown tonight, homecoming, and it's quieted this home crowd as Cedarburg has jumped out to a 14-0 lead over the Germantown Warhawks in a key North Shore Conference battle. Well, tonight we'd like to highlight 2 special student athletes. The law offices of Durzan and Menard and My 24 are proud to present our Student Athlete of the Week nominees. We start first from Cedarburg. This week's Durzan and Menard Scholar Athlete nominee is Kayla Bublitz. Kayla has a 4.166 GPA and competes in volleyball. She was selected all-conference libero as a team captain and leads the team in digs. She is also the co-organizer of Night Out with the Bulldogs and is a very active, giving back to the community in many ways. And from Germantown, our high school athlete of the week is Jake Dufresne. Jake competes in cross country and track and carries a 4.0 GPA. He is a National Honor Society member, multiple all-conference selection, MVP in both track and cross country. Jake also volunteers through Key Club and at St. Mary's Catholic Church. Tonight's student athlete nominees will be in the running to receive a scholarship thanks to the great folks at the law offices of Durzan and Menard at the end of the season. And speaking of Durzan and Menard, Kara is down on the sideline with Alan Durzan and his entourage tonight.
Yeah, it is quite the entourage here. We've got the whole Durzan clan down here with us. Now, we just recapped our Scholar Athlete, so I want to personally thank you for being such a large supporter of Thursday Night Lights, but I want to switch gears and ask you about the law offices. Now, if somebody's been injured at work and their employer or insurance company denies their claim, what should they do?
Well, first off, they should call us, Durzon and Menard, and our number is 414-276-2100, or they can use our website, which is durzon-menard.com. After they call us, we'll talk to them about their case, and just because an insurance company or an employer says, we're not covering you anymore, that's not the end. It's only the beginning, and that's why they should call us, because that's what we do. We help people fight these claims, and everyone has a right to have their case heard, Kara, before an administrative law judge. And what we do is gather the evidence, talk to witnesses if need be, and present the case, because sometimes there may be some technical, legal, or medical issues, and that's what we're trained to do and to help people. And the good thing is, really, you only pay if you win. So when we take the case, we take a percentage of what we collect. If we don't collect anything, there's no charge, but we do a good job, and we normally collect case. So that's what you should do. If someone has a problem, give us a call.
Well, again, thank you so much for joining us, and of course for bringing the whole crew down here with us.
Well, they enjoy it too, so hopefully we'll be here again next week for you. So thank you very much.
And back to you guys upstairs.
Alan and Kara, thank you so much. Cedarburg on top of Germantown, 14-0. The Wall of Sound, the Germantown High School band set to take the field. We'll take a break. Be back to see some of that right after this on My 24. Welcome back to the American Family Insurance Halftime Report here on the Badger Max Thursday Night Lights, a special Friday night homecoming edition of our Badger Max Thursday Night Lights. John Weiser, Terry Kelly, Kara, and Mike McGivern, and our fine My 24 sports crew in Germantown tonight, but it's the Bulldogs from Cedarburg spoiling homecoming tonight, leading it by a score of 14-0. As we head back down to the sideline, Mr. Badger Max himself, Andrew Burns, is with Kara.
Yeah, that's right. I've got the brains behind Badger Max, not necessarily the face, which is usually what I get with Kevin. Now, can you tell us a little bit about Badger Max?
Yeah, Badger Max, it's a statewide brand. We made it as a better for you brand for the state of Wisconsin. We do revenue share with the university. We're loud and proud about a local brand. Very excited about it. Badger Max is also half the ingredients as Gatorade and Powerade. We use the real ingredients and something that we're proud about. We're excited for it.
And where can you find Badger Max?
At all these fine following retailers at Quick Trip, Myers, Woodman's, Sendix, and we'll also be in Roundy's in probably about 2 weeks.
And I've been seeing a little bit on social media that you guys are starting to get into some of the high schools. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so for the high schools, we have a K-12 program where we can have a whole sideline gear, the towels, the bottles, the barrels, and the powder. And all of our stuff is made in the state of Wisconsin again. So the towels, the bottles are made in the state, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is a lot of local going on here. Now, you offer a few different flavors, including low carb and low calorie. But what is your favorite flavor?
My favorite is ice cold grape. It's the best.
I agree with you there. And you guys do actually have a water as well. So if you're not necessarily looking for something flavored, you offer water.
Absolutely, yeah. So all of our products, again, are made in the state locally, and our water is sourced from God's country up north and part of the state, a high pH, which is something kind of special.
And if anybody is looking for any other information or where you guys are going to be in the community, where can they look for you?
Yeah, badgermax.com and our social media sites, right?
Of course, yeah. Well, thank you so much for being our title sponsor this season. We're so happy to have you alongside with us. And back to you guys.
Kara, thank you. Andrew, thank you. And also give our thanks to Kevin Mazza from Badger Max Sports Drinks and Water for the title sponsorship this season on our Thursday Night Lights package here on My 24. We're at halftime here at Datka Stadium in Germantown. It's Cedarburg leading Germantown by a score of 14-0. And while we have a moment here, let's look into the Germantown High School marching band. They call it the Wall of Sound out here. And they're getting ready to do their halftime performance. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see them perform here a little bit. They've been working on this routine, I'm sure, since the beginning of August. I know that a lot of the bands get into camp around the middle part of August, much like football.
Well, you take a look at the number of students involved here, the cheer team, the dance team, the band, flag bearers, all these students coming together, celebrating homecoming, having a wonderful evening. I'm sure they'd like to see the outcome be a little bit different, but once again, they're getting their chance to be on stage.
The theme this year for homecoming, Fiesta.
And you see a lot of the sombreros going around. I would imagine throughout the week in the cafeteria they were probably serving special Mexican food and celebrating that culture. And so it becomes however, sometimes a double-edged sword for the football coaches. You like to see the school celebrating, but you hope your players kind of get focused on what they have to do on Friday night.
Well, this is the Germantown High School Warhawks marching band. Let's have a listen. Well, our American Family Insurance halftime report continues here on our Badger Max Thursday Night Lights, our special Friday night edition, our homecoming edition tonight from Germantown. Cedarburg spoiling the party, however. The Bulldogs lead it by a score of 14-0. Let's head back down to the sideline and Kara with our U.S. Army interview.
Thank you so much. I've got Sergeant First Class Carswell down here with me. Now, why did you join the Army?
So I joined the Army for some financial stability. It also helped me pay off some college debt. And I also wanted to get out and see the world because my hometown seemed like it was going to shrink. And I just wanted to get out and have some good time and enjoy that excitement.
And now that you maybe have found all of that, what would you say has been the highlight of your career in the Army?
Definitely the highlight of my career was being able to go overseas and serve because my first job was air defense. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. And giving that opportunity to go and protect another country and to protect those people, that mattered the world to me. That really validated everything I had trained for.
And now I feel like there are a lot of misconceptions about joining the Army or joining the service in general. What are some of those misconceptions and how can you combat them?
So some of the misconceptions is that you may not have to be morally sound to join, but you have to be legally and morally sound to be qualified. Some of the other misconceptions is that it's an alternative to being able to excel academically. You still have to be a high school graduate or have an equivalency degree. So also some of the other misconceptions is that everybody joins the Army to go shoot people and to be shot at. No, that's not the case. We're there to be a worldwide force that serves the people of the United States, protects the Army values, and lives the Army values day to day. We have so many support jobs out there that we can supply our support for everything that we need to do.
And if somebody was interested in joining the Army, where can they go for more information?
So they can go to goarmy.com online. They can check out our Facebook page at United States Army Recruiting Waukesha. And they can even give us a call at the office.
And what is that number?
262-797-8148.
Well, we thank you so much for joining us for Thursday Night Lights and, of course, on a Friday night edition, and for all that you do and the others do in the Army as well.
You're very welcome. Go Warhawks.
And back to you.
All right, Karen, thank you, Sergeant Carswell, for your service to the country. Our U.S. Army interview leads us into our United States Army highlights tonight. U.S. Army, Army strong, as these two teams take the field tonight, come through the Army tunnel. It's Germantown on homecoming tonight, taking on Cedarburg. And the Bulldogs, a couple of big plays in that first half. The first one there to Van Tassel, that set up the first touchdown.
Right, that set up the... And we can see the grinder for Cedarburg doing an excellent job. Ryder Sigler.
And then Patrick Hoffman, a little misdirection coming the other way. The other big play to set up the touchdown run by Sigler.
Right, the explosive play. They look at Hoffman as being their guy that can really break away with speed. Sigler on the other hand is going to drive it in.
And the other big play on that drive was the pass reception by Tommy Willer that set up Cedarburg, and they lead it by a score of 14-0. As we take a look at the numbers, our highlights tonight again brought to you by the U.S. Army, Army Strong.
Yeah, you know, the Cedarburg only 3 for 3 passing, but that 72 yards key. On the other side of the ball, Germantown 0 for 4.
14-0, Cedarburg on top of Germantown. Back with more in our special Friday night edition of Badger Max Thursday Night Lights on My 24. And welcome back to Datka Stadium in Germantown, with the Bulldogs leading the Warhawks by a score of 14-0, getting set to start our third quarter. Well, earlier this week, Kara had an opportunity to talk with the fine folks at Goodwill, one of our new sponsors this year on Badger Max Thursday Night Lights.
Thank you very much. I've got Cheryl Lightholder with Goodwill here with me. Now, who shops at Goodwill?
Oh, everyone who wants a great deal, a great price, a great find, someone who loves the thrill of the hunt.
And why is it such a great idea to shop at Goodwill?
Prices, obviously, is one of the huge things, but also I think for teenagers who do shop at Goodwill, they're looking for those unique, one-of-a-kind fashion statement, and they're able to pull those together very easily at Goodwill. They can even accentuate their own wardrobe by adding in finds that they get at Goodwill.
And do you offer any type of shopper or loyalty program?
Oh yeah, definitely. We have Club Goodwill. It is our loyalty program. Someone as young as 13 can join to earn those reward points for future shopping at Goodwill. We find that we have discounts for students, for seniors, for the military discounts. So you can even save more when shopping at Goodwill.
And where can everybody at home get more information?
AmazingGoodwill.com is our website for finding out more information about how they can really get some great deals and great finds at Goodwill.
Well, thank you so much for all Goodwill does for our community and for joining us for Thursday Night Lights.
You bet.
And back to you.
Kara, thank you so much. Well, it's time now for tonight's Badger Max Secret Word. And that secret word tonight is, drum roll please, sports. Enter now on my24milwaukee.com to win a Badgers football VIP package from Badger Max and My24. That's tonight's Badger Max secret word is sports. I'll even spell it out for the fine folks down in the Waterford area. It's S-P-O-R-T-S, sports. That is our Badger Max secret word tonight. Enter now on my24milwaukee.com and win a chance for Badger football VIP package from Badger Max and My24.
Kind of two sides to the crowd there as you're looking at the Germantown fans looking a little bit concerned. Cedarburg fans, on the other hand, are kind of whooping it up a little bit. So I'm positive at halftime Coach Davis had a long talk about what homecoming is really about. It's winning your football game.
And a night like this, it's colder when you're sitting on the losing end of the score.
We had an excellent game between these two teams last year. Germantown hung in there. Cedarburg had kind of given them a little challenge. But then, as we mentioned on the start of the broadcast, at the playoffs, Cedarburg was able to reverse that loss.
Well, Cedarburg's been able to get their ground game going. What adjustment does Germantown have to make to try and slow this down?
Well, strangely enough, I think the adjustment Germantown wants to make is not so much defensively, it's offensively. They want to make sure that they're able to control the ball. They know that Cedarburg likes to grind it out. The clock seems to evaporate, so I'm positive they obviously wanted to make some defensive adjustments, but I think they also want to get their offense charged up.
Cedarburg will get the ball to start this second half. And Tommy Willer back there, along with Clayton Van Tassel.
Yeah, once again, two of their two-way players.
Jack Baracala, the junior, set to kick this one off. And it's a low liner. It will skip into the hands of Willer. Willer spinning across the 30 out to about the 31-yard line. Good field position here for Cedarburg. Bringing him down on the play was Rodrigo de la Pema on special teams for the Warhawks.
Cedarburg going to start the second half with the wind at their backs. I'm sure they'd love to get a third score on there and put a little more pressure on Germantown.
As we said, Max Race in that first half, 3 for 3 for 74 yards. But it's been the groundwork of Sigler, and he'll get the call to start this second half, and he is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Good job containing Sigler right from the get-go here to begin our second half.
Yeah, that time Germantown plugged all the holes, didn't give them that seam.
A gain of a couple here for Sigler. Puts him at a second and about 7 here. This time coming around the far side, Van Tassel, and gets it out to about the 40-yard line, stretching that play out. Van Tassel, Clayton Van Tassel, the junior, 5'11", 165.
Yeah, critical third down play right off the bat here. Third and about 3. I'm sure Cedarburg would like to get this first down and continue that theory of grind it out.
Nick Albee throwing the key block there to try and swing Van Tassel out to that left side. So 3rd and 3 here for the Bulldogs. And they'll give it to Sigler, and he is stuffed. Stacked right up. David Nillis, the defensive lineman, the 6'2 senior, right there. Able to wrestle him down.
Yeah, if you watch what happened there on the snap of the ball, Germantown defense pinched, really crashed down, anticipated they were going to give that dive to Sigler.
So 4th and 2. And Willer on to punt. He'll have the wind at his back here. 2 returners back, Hubert and Ethan, standing inside the 30. Miller gets this one up into the wind, and it's bobble dropped. The ball is on the turf at the 25, but I believe Ethan able to recover. Boy, kind of knuckled on him on that punt, and letting that wind try and carry it into him, nearly muffed away.
Yeah, colder night, hands are not quite as warm. Sometimes that ball just going to squeeze out.
Well, Nate Seymour will lead them out at quarterback here. Peathan the single back, 2 receivers to the right. They'll toss it to Peathan coming back here on the near side. Cedarburg was ready. Got through a tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Peathan able to grind out a couple of yards there. Get about 3 or 4 on the play. Cedarburg was ready. They had that end of the line stacked up. It was finally Mitchell Strobel who brought him down the free safety.
Yeah, it wound up being only a gain of about 2, short 2. They reacted a little bit better that outside play that time.
Well, Joel Durham had a chance to make it a TFL back there, but went right through his hands. 2nd and 8. Seymour going to throw, completes the pass far side. Zakowski Brad Zakowski, the senior, split in with his first reception tonight. Brought down on the play by Connor Tennell.
And I believe that's their first completion of the night as well. They get that part of their offense clicking, it's going to open up the run game.
It'll be a Wisconsin Lutheran College first down out across the 35, make it the 36-yard line. We go two receivers here to the near side. Zakowski and Edmonds here to the near side. They'll run it to Peathan around the right side, and Peathan on the short side that time gets out of bounds in front of the Warhawk bench.
Once again, most of the evening, Germantown's had some success running outside that end, and that time you saw a tremendous surge off the snap and got that corner, got upfield, a gain of almost 5.
This season, first downs are sponsored by Wisconsin Lutheran College, located in Milwaukee. It's a comprehensive Christian college offering 37 undergraduate majors, an accelerated degree completion program for adult learners, and graduate degree options. Learn more at WLC.edu. Second down. Bulldogs showing blitz. Here they come. They pick it up. Seymour trying to get it out there through Edmonds. And it's broken up, incomplete. Patrick Hoffman lowered the boom on Connor Edmonds, and that's a tough chore there. Edmonds goes 6'6", 235. Hoffman 6', 170.
At the same time, you could see Cedarburg bring in 7, trying to put pressure on Seymour, not give him any amount of time.
Once again to the sideline we go, and Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, listen to the offensive coordinator for Cedarburg. With the adjustments Germantown made at halftime, now Cedarburg, it's a cat and mouse game, making the adjustments they need to make to take care of a couple of defensive linemen that are lining up a little different than they did the first half. We'll watch for that next time they get the ball.
Pitch to Peathan coming back near side, going to be stopped short of the first down marker. Connor Tennell was there. Also Joel Durham for the Bulldogs. And once again, 4th and about 3 here, and Warhawks select to punt.
Yeah, excellent flow by Cedarburg coming up. 5 guys around the ball.
Stoming gets a good snap, gets this one up into the wind. It kills it. Fair catch signaled for by Willer. Takes a sideway bounce inside the 32-yard line. That's where it will roll dead. And so Cedarburg will take over on their own 32-yard line. 7:53 to go here in our third quarter. A 2-touchdown lead for Cedarburg. It's the show featuring 2 adults, 1 kid, and no grown-ups. Don't miss 2.5 Men weeknights at 5 and 5:30 on Milwaukee's My 24. Well, Mike brought up the fact they're going to have to make some adjustments here up front. Let's see what they do here for Cedarburg, their second possession of this quarter. Race will hand it off. Coming around near side, across the 35 and knocked out of bounds with it, Patrick Hoffman. Hoffman had that big run back in the first half. 2 big plays on that second touchdown drive. That first one was Hoffman's 38-yard run.
Yeah, the Germantown lined up this time in that 5-man front. They were able to outflank them.
Hoffman again with a hole across the 45-yard line, and another Wisconsin Lutheran College first down. Danny Hubert brought him down.
Yeah, they're getting up on the ball quickly. They're trying to do up-tempo now, try to catch Germantown reeling a little bit.
Race will hand it off again. Again, it's Hoffman. Little change of pace. Hoffman got across the line of scrimmage, may have gotten a couple before he was driven back by a host of Warhawks.
Yeah, the play before that, you could see the burst that Hoffman has. That's something Coach LaHarris said he wanted to take advantage of. He is their kind of their big play threat. They're more of a grind 'em out team, but they'd like to hit you with that home run if they can.
Play fake. Race coming back near side. Ball's in the air. Nearly picked as it falls to the turf. Incomplete. Looking here to the near side for Alex Kluk once again. And it was broken up out there by Seymour, Nate Seymour, who doubles up as the free safety.
Yeah, Kluk, he's got that good height, but as we said, before. It's not that Cedarburg's going to try to make their living passing.
Sigler is back in there now. A double wing, and they'll pitch it to Sigler coming around the left side. Sigler cuts it at the hash mark. Big hole. Sigler across midfield into Germantown territory, hauled down at the 39-yard line of the Warhawks.
Yeah, Sigler very patient on that run. He put his hand right on the offensive lineman. Was going to take advantage of number 70. You can see him help set up that block, dip a little to the inside, have that guy walled off.
22-yard burst that time for Sigler. He'll get the call again. Circles around up the middle, inside the 35, down to the 32-yard line. Austin Modson again there to make the stop, along with Seymour. Now Cedarburg's starting to click here.
Yeah, that offensive line, they've got a 302-pounder at the right tackle, 245 at the right guard. They're trying to work that offense.
Sigler inside the 20 and out of bounds near the 15-yard line. 16-yard burst again for Ryder Sigler, the senior running back for Cedarburg, and another Wisconsin Lutheran College first down.
And once again, Cedarburg rushes up to the line. They're trying to get this up-tempo offense.
Sigler gets the call for the fourth straight time. Gets it inside the 15, down to the 10. Pickup of about 4 on the play for Ryder Sigler. That's been his call tonight. He's been averaging a little better than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, and you watch the blocking. Number 1, Nick Albee is in there right now. He led the way that time and flattened the Germantown defender.
Sigler again. Pulls his way inside the 10, moving the pile inside the 5-yard line before he is stopped there. Gain of 6 once again for Sigler, and he's slow to get up. Again, he's one of the two-way players. He's an inside linebacker on defense. Let's see if we can catch it here. Looked like as he was going down, maybe that stacked up. 22 carries tonight for 113 yards and a pair of touchdowns for Sigler, but he is out of there now. Check that, he's back in right here on the sideline as they will hand it off, and diving forward with it was Hoffman again. Patrick Hoffman.
Ryder Sigler with the carry.
It'll be second and goal as we've reached the power zone here quickly. Brought to you by Goodwill and the power of work.
Second and goal.
And Tassel will get the call this time. Coming around left side, has a convoy, cuts it up the 5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Cedarburg. Clayton Van Tassel with the touchdown run. Off that right wing, taking around the left side. And Cedarburg adds to their lead.
And we've seen that Cedarburg's been able to use 3 different backs taking advantage. With Hoffman, you've got Ryder Sigler, who's just been grinding. Their key word for them this week.
Stumpf's kick is up and good. We'll take a break. 4.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Cedarburg up 21-0 on Germantown. The Warhawks homecoming party, a little spoilage going on here. Our special Friday night edition of Badger Max Thursday Night Lights. .68-yard drive capped off by the Van Tassel touchdown run. A 10-play, 68-yard drive for Cedarburg. And they've ground down this clock here in this third quarter as well and add to their 3-score lead.
Yeah, we talked about keys to the game at the beginning of the evening, and that's Cedarburg has stayed true to form with what they wanted to do.
Stumpf kicks this one away. It's just going to be a short kick. It'll bounce, and it was touched in play and out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Big mistake there, as it was touched by the Austin Madsden that time got a hand on it and went out of bounds. So that's where Germantown will get it as we head down to the sideline and Mike McGivern.
Guys, I love doing interviews like this. Les Brummel, he is Germantown Gridiron Club, and they're doing great work. Les, thanks for a couple minutes.
No, thank you, Mike, for coming out.
Hey, tell us how you guys got started and some of the things you guys do.
Well, I'll tell you what, we got started about 8 years ago with Coach Daka himself asked us as a group to come together and raise some funds for special things that he needed for his club, and we've come through for the last 8 years in big ways. We've purchased many different things for the team, and we just do the right thing. Whatever Coach wants, Coach gets.
Hey, Coach Daka was a hard guy to say no to.
Very much so. I played for him back in 1980 to 84, and I never said no to him. You wouldn't.
Hey, we're going to have Les on the Coaches Show tomorrow on 105.7 FM, The Fan, about 11:30, and we'll dig a little deeper in the Germantown Gridiron Club. They do great work for this football team. Boys, back to you.
Mike and Les, thank you. They certainly do. I know they've got the new scoreboard up here, and talking with Jake Davis earlier this week, they've got some other projects that they want to do to, as he said, kind of complete the project that Phil Datka started in his day as coach here. They're going to throw the ball. Seymour gets it out to Connor Edmonds, his first reception tonight as Edmonds wrestled down to the turf by Patrick Hoffman. Takes it out across the 25. They'll mark it at the 26-yard line, and the first Wisconsin Lutheran College first down.
As we dip under 4 minutes here, you can see that Germantown's going to have to try to start getting some points up. They're going to see if they can take advantage of those tall receivers.
And Edmonds 6'6", 235, part of that good basketball program that they have here at Germantown. First and 10 Warhawks from their own 27-yard line. Bulldogs showing blitz. They come in off the edge. Seymour steps up in the pocket, lofts it down far side. Defender fell down. Zakowski with the catch. Keeps his footing inside the 35 and out of bounds at the Bulldog 33-yard line. Brad Zakowski, the 6'2 senior, able to go up and get that one, although the defender, just as the ball was getting there, lost his footing.
Lost his footing, and the amazing thing that's happening here is Nate Seymour's throwing into the wind and is having some success. Little timeout called, try to get back into this rhythm that they had going defensively. Coach LaHare doesn't want to let things get out of hand.
That's Clayton Van Tassel, who is the defender. Now Cedarburg going to take a timeout, try and calm things down. Saturday morning, 10 a.m. to 12 noon on Sports Radio 105.7 FM, The Fan, the Varsity Blitz High School Football Coaches Show, presented by your local Pick and Save stores. As Mike mentioned, also on his show will be Jed Kennedy, the head coach at Brookfield Central High School. And for Mike's sake, I certainly hope Jed gets a victory tonight, because that won't be a fun interview. I know Jed, and I know what can happen if it's a tough loss. Mike McGivern and Coach Joe Cook in studio with Jed Kennedy tomorrow at Saturday morning, 10 a.m. on Sports Radio 105.7 FM, The Fan.
I imagine Coach Cook would like to get his win tonight, too, to make sure he qualifies. This is the key week in your 9-game season, as you're trying to get that 4th conference win to make sure you qualified for the playoffs. Right now, Cedarburg is, can almost feel it, but Germantown's not going to quite throw in the towel yet. You get a little spark as they have with the past couple of plays, and I'm sure that's why Coach LaHare said, I'm calling a strategic timeout here, try to stem this tide a little bit.
You mentioned Greenfield and Whitnall tonight, and actually the winner of that game sets up the championship game for the Woodland Conference in the 2 divisions, which we will have here on Badger Mag's Thursday Night Lights in 2 weeks.
Our final game of the season is the Woodland Conference Championship.
Greendale is already in the 1 division, and tonight it's Whitnall and Greenfield. Winner of that game sets the stage for that Woodland Conference Championship. You'll see it here on My 24. Now first and 10 Germantown from the 33 of Cedarburg. Peathan gets the call. Peathan met in the backfield, got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Good job defensively for Cedarburg once again. Keegan McCarthy in there now. Makes the stop, his 2nd tackle.
Yeah, prior to the snap, you can see Cedarburg shifting their defensive front around. They're trying to goof up the blocking calls. However, I did notice that Seymour waited a minute, and I don't know whether his kids have got the ability to kind of check out of what their original call was, but it's a real chess game going on out there.
Edmonds and Zakowski split here to the near side on 2nd and 10 for Germantown. They'll toss it. Ethan coming around near side, gets a block on the edge inside the 30 and near the first down stick around the 25-yard line. Spencer Peethan with a nice run that time around the left side. Got a couple of nice blocks. And Dane Ahrens, the left tackle out here.
It'll be interesting. The Cedarburg coaches up here to the right of us in the booth are calling for the hold to see whether those nice blocks were not exactly legit.
It was Joel Durham, the defensive end, who got knocked down there on that play. 3rd and 1. Ethan again gets the call. First down and more inside the 20. Spilled down near the 19-yard line. Sigler struggling to get back to his feet once again.
This is where having the number of two-way players that Cedarburg has can start to take its toll as the game wears on here. We're going under 2 minutes. So if you're a player like Sigler and you've been carrying the ball 22, 23 times, you've been in on 5 or 6 tackles, you're starting to feel that wear and tear.
1st and 10, Germantown. It's quarterback Seymour will keep it. He'll get a couple inside the 20-yard line. We're in the power zone once again. Brought to you by Goodwill and the power of work. Germantown going into the wind here in the final minute 15 of this 3rd quarter. Trying to get some life on that far sideline. Bring in Danny Hubert now. Line up Edmonds far side. Slot receiver, they'll go double slot that far side as well. Now movement. There's some confusion there. We got a false start penalty here on the Warhawks.
Suddenly you go from 2nd and 10 to 2nd and 15, changes your strategy a little bit. Things that drive coaches nuts. So you try to have your team be disciplined, see what they counter with.
It's be 2nd and 14 from the 24-yard line. Seymour wants to throw, steps up, delivers, far side, ball tipped nicely away by the defender Connor Tennell, as it was intended for Danny Hubert, and it was Tennell who got a fingertip on it to knock that ball away.
He almost tipped it to the receiver. That was the only danger watching the replay here. Little wheel pattern by number 11 to get up the sideline. There it goes, and right through his hands.
Mitchell Strobel also there in coverage. So it sets up a 3rd and 14.
See if Germantown tries a little screen pass this time. Take advantage of the blitz and the rush.
Seymour wants to throw, goes over the middle, man open, catch made into the end zone, touchdown. Touchdown, Germantown. Jack Bracala, the junior, his 2nd touchdown of the year.
Probably showed why I was a defensive coordinator instead of an offensive coordinator. They were looking for the screen pass. They wound up sending him right up the field.
Bracala, the 6'3 junior, gets Germantown on the board. He'll kick the extra point as well, and he's accounted for 7 of his team's points here. 21-7, Cedarburg and Germantown back into this one now, plus they'll have the wind at their back in the 4th quarter as we get one more look at the 24-yard touchdown pass.
The safety stopped running. Cardinal rule, you've got to keep going with that man. We're staring into the backfield.
Bracala had a 32-yard touchdown against Homestead. Now comes up with a 24-yarder here.
Yeah, Germantown earlier in the year defeated Homestead, and I think some folks coming into this game would have thought the upper hand was going to be with Germantown. Cedarburg came out, got on top. Now the question is, do they have enough in reserve to hold Germantown off? Germantown's got that spark. It's going to be a real test of wills as we go through the fourth quarter.
9 plays, 92 yards. 24-yard touchdown pass. Again, this drive started with that odd play with Madsden tipping the ball as it was going out of bounds, got a hand on it, forced them inside their own 20 to start that drive.
Yeah, they overcame that momentary flub, so to speak, and they're back in the game.
Brockala will kick from the 40. A little chip kick. Got to cover it. Ball dies. They dive for it. Cedarburg covered it up. It was our guy Keegan McCarthy again out there in special teams, able to cover up that football.
Yeah, they executed that very well. Got it over that first line of blockers, dropped it in, and it almost squirted away.
Bulldogs begin at their own 34.
Race will give it to Sigler. Sigler tripped up as he tried to make his cut at the line of scrimmage, fell forward for about a yard.
Nate Seymour on the tackle.
De La Pema, I believe, in there now at a linebacker spot, made the play. Yes, he did.
Yeah, Nate Seymour, the quarterback for Germantown, was also into the play. You've got to probably hope that they don't get your quarterback hurt.
Germantown back in this one, down 21-7 as we head to the fourth, a special Friday night edition of Badger Max Thursday Night Lights on My 24. Warhawks get back into it. A late touchdown at the end of the third quarter. They trailed 21-7. John Weiser, Terry Kelly, Mike McGivern, Kara, and our My 24 sports crew in Germantown tonight. First play of the fourth quarter goes to Van Tassel around the right side. Picks up a couple. All season, Mike and Carol have the opportunity to talk with sponsors, coaches, and other guests down on the sideline, letting you know about the great things going on in the schools and our communities. Our sideline reports being brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards. And we'll head down to Mike McGivern. Mike, what do you got?
So, guys, listen to the defensive coordinator at Cedarburg talking to his boys saying, look, we talked about not taking our foot off the pedal. That's what happens when we do.
Big play out to Tommy Willer. Makes the catch down at the 36-yard line of Germantown.
We look prophetic now in our pre-game keys to the game, and key players talking about Willer as a split end. Came up with a big-time catch there.
A play action. Race able to dump that out and get it right up and over the top of Wayman McNeil, the corner here on the near side. Wisconsin Lutheran College first down for Cedarburg, and now they go back to the ground.
Ryder Sigler on the carry.
You know, they came to the left side that time, compared to the right side of their line. Cedarburg's left side's a little light. They've got a 175-pound junior, Nick Krieger, in at the left guard. He's flanked, of course, by a 270-pound senior, Matt Gall. So they're trying to find, let's get a little different look, cut a different way.
You saw Sigler go out. Hoffman in now. Race from the pistol will give it to Hoffman. Around the left side. Breaks a tackle, keeps his feet moving. Got it down to about the 30-yard line. Gain of about 4 on the play by Hoffman.
I don't know whether this play is going to show up. I was certainly wrong on one of my last calls at Germantown, but you see Race as he hands that ball off, faking going the other direction, totally without blockers, kind of a naked bootleg. We'll see if they'll maybe pull that ball out from the back.
Madsden and crew that time able to get in there. 9 tackles tonight for Madsden.
Hoffman with the carry.
Keep it on the ground. Hoffman again, spelling Sigler here. Sigler with a pair of touchdowns in that first half for the Bulldogs, and now a fourth down here. It'll be 4th and 1. Critical here for the Bulldogs.
And Sigler gets sent back into the game.
4th and 1 from the Germantown 27-yard line. Race going hard count, gives it to Sigler, keeps his feet moving, piles forward near the 25-yard line, very close. As they unstack.
Carry by Clay Van Tassel.
And he got it.
You could see the official in the background counting it. They were 1 count away from having taken too much time.
So they pick up the Wisconsin Lutheran College first down at the 25-yard line. Needed 1, got 2 from Sigler. And again, Hoffman circles around. Hoffman with a hole, nearly broke it as he got it down to the 15-yard line. Patrick Hoffman, the junior.
Yeah, he starts to look like a sweep action, then he plants that right foot, cuts right upfield, takes it.
Watch that right there.
2nd and 1.
Touchdown saving tackle made out there by Seth Gunnelson. They'll spot it at the 16-yard line. Again, Sigler running hard, stiff arms a man inside the 10 down to the 5-yard line. The old chest poke that time by Sigler into the gut of Seth Gunnelson.
Gunnelson on the stop.
Powerful runner. There it goes, the old straight arm.
It was Wayman McNeil that took the straight arm into the face mask area. We got a false start penalty here on Cedarburg as we reach the power zone. Brought to you by Goodwill and the Power of Work.
Good ball, false start on the offense, 5-yard penalty. So first down.
There's a dead ball foul. It'll stop the clock here. 8:25 to go, and more importantly now for Cedarburg, trying to run a little bit more time. They can keep it on the ground here with a fresh set of downs.
Right, sometimes that penalty, that extra play, eats up even more time. It's almost counterintuitive.
First and goal from the 11. Hoffman inside the 10 down to just short of the 5-yard line. Brought down by Dan Colvin. Colvin, one of the leaders on that team. 8 tackles for losses and 2 sacks coming into the game here tonight.
Yeah, all night long, though, that offensive line, Gall, Krieger, Mortensen, Miller, and both these doing an excellent job getting a surge, getting upfield.
Second and goal. Sigler coming around the near side, brought down from behind. Gunnelson able to take him down just inside the 5-yard line.
Seth Gunnelson on the tackle.
We'll mark it at the 4, where it'll be 3rd and goal from there. Hands on hips, a lot of tired defenders there for Germantown. Take a wild guess. This is going to come back to Sigler. Let's see. Give it to Hoffman. Hoffman with Sigler leading the way. Not much there.
Run by Patrick Hoffman.
Riley Dorsey was there to make the stop for Germantown. Dorsey tonight approaching double digits in tackles.
They're going to go for the field goal now. The only problem with running the way they did, sometimes that's a hard hash mark to kick from for your kicker. So it'll be interesting to see. But this would put them up by 3 scores. So critical play.
Gavin Stumpf will attempt the field goal. They'll put it down at the 12. It'll be a 22-yard attempt from the right hash. Strobel, the snapper. Chico on the hold. The ball is down. It's up, and it is no good. Wide right. So Germantown bends but does not break on that drive as they turn away Cedarburg on the 22-yard field goal attempt.
Second missed field goal that takes away a little of that edge.
See it here, just drifted wide to the right upright there.
As we mentioned a little earlier, just before he kicked it, kicking from that right hash can be problematic for your kicker. Now what Cedarburg has to guard against is not giving them the quick score. They've got to make sure they get them penned up. They were able to run some clock. Now they've got to make sure their defense hangs in there.
Ryder Sigler tonight, 27 carries, 129 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Cedarburg. Nate Seymour trying to lead a come-from-behind drive. They'll dump it out far side. Hubert will make the catch out across the 25-yard line, make it the 27, a gain of 7 on the play.
Yeah, Cedarburg with their blitzing defense is putting obviously their DBs in man-on-man coverage. So now it's kind of a contest. Who's going to get the upper hand? If you can't get to that quarterback, you're leaving your corners and your safeties sometimes out on an island.
Brings Zakowski wide here with 2 slot receivers. Seymour with time comes back near sideline, and it's knocked out of bounds. Intended for Zakowski, locked in hand-to-hand combat with Patrick Hoffman that time here on the near sideline.
Now, these Cedarburg fellas are going to be pretty tired at the end of the game. There's about 5 of them going both ways and playing key roles.
So 3rd and short here, 3rd and 2. Here comes the blitz off the edge. They give it to Peathan, and Peathan getting it right close to the 30-yard line. Should have enough for a Wisconsin Lutheran College first down. Let's see where they spot it. They moved it back, actually. And they'll give it to him. That nose of the football touching the chalk on that 30-yard line.
Spencer's head on with the run.
The time now an enemy as well. Under 5.5 minutes to go here in the ball game, and you're down 2 scores.
Yeah, Cedarburg has been subbing in a couple D linemen, trying to get some fresh legs so they can get free and put some pressure on Seymour.
From the pistol, 4 receivers, 2 slots, 1 on either side. Blitz coming. Now Seymour in trouble. Seymour going to throw it back over the middle. That's a dangerous pass, and it's picked off. Rolling left, throwing the ball back over the middle, and it was intercepted. Looked like Tommy Willer coming up with the pick. We'll take one more look. The pressure up front, forcing Seymour on the run.
Timeout on the field.
Was looking for Edmonds, and it was Willer who stepped in front of Edmonds for the pick. Again, rolling left, throwing over the middle. 5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Cedarburg gets the ball back when we come back. Our special Friday night edition of Badger Max Thursday Night Lights on My 24. Interception by Willer sets up Cedarburg at their own 45-yard line. One more look here. It was the pressure by Durham and Tennell. Seymour forced to throw that one back over the middle of the field, and that's a dangerous play, and Willer made him pay. Once again, they'll try and grind this one down. Sigler, again, slow to get up from the bottom of that pile.
Timeout, Germantown.
He has had quite the ball game tonight. As we head downstairs to Mike McGivern.
Across town. 28-14, driving there on Whitnall's 5-yard line. That affects us in 2 weeks. If Greenfield gets the win, we'll be at Greendale against Greenfield in 2 weeks for Thursday Night Lights. That would be a good one.
There you go. You have a happy studio guest in there with you too. Joe Cook will be a little pep in his step tomorrow.
Oh, I imagine they'll probably be singing like a chorus tomorrow on the show. You know, these are 2 programs, John, that have tremendous respect for each other. They, you know, and you've seen how hard these teams have battled one another. Coach LaHare is kind of the expert on the understatement. I don't know if we can go compete. We've got a lot of guys hurt. Coach Davis said, I never listened to Coach LaHare. He's a good friend, but he can't always believe what he says. And boy, they've given us another excellent game.
Let's head to a special recorded edition of Kara talking with John Griffiths from Menards.
I've got John Griffiths, General Manager of the Germantown store, right here with me. John, can you tell me a little bit about Menards?
Menards opened its first retail store right here in Wisconsin in 1960. Our home office is still in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. We've got over 280 stores throughout the Midwest states, and we even have 12 stores right here in the Milwaukee area.
And now, why is it important to support youth sports?
Menards has been a supporter and partner of high school sports here in Wisconsin for many years. We appreciate the hard work and dedication it takes our student athletes to achieve their goals both on the field and in the classroom, and also really appreciate how much work it takes from the community, coaching staff, and teaching staff to help them achieve their goals.
Is there anything else you would like to add?
We'd like to wish the teams of both Cedarburg and Germantown the best of luck and hope that everyone enjoys the rest of the broadcast.
Thanks, John, and back to you.
John and Kara, thank you so much. Germantown taking their second time out here. They're down to one timeout remaining. Bulldogs facing a 2nd and 5 from midfield. Well, it's the funniest hour on television featuring your two favorite families. You can watch The Simpsons and Family Guy weeknights starting at 6 on My Place for Fun, My 24. And again, it's Sigler popped up the middle. Sigler in a foot race, and he'll be caught from behind and brought down. Wayman McNeil able to get to Sigler before he crosses the end zone. And he'll take him down at the 15-yard line once again in the power zone, brought to you by Goodwill and the Power of Work. What work up front by that offensive line tonight, Terry.
Yeah, and the guy you don't want to forget is number 1, Nick Albee. He's up in that blocking back position, and he folds in and helps lead that play in and play out. And sometimes you think of halfback's glamour position. This is a good hard work position.
The Power Zone, brought to you by Goodwill and the Power of Work. This is Van Tassel coming around from the left side, through the right side, still on his feet, still moving the pile forward, down near the 10-yard line. Good tough run that time by Clayton Van Tassel. Two-way player, also plays basketball. He's going to come out. He's a little dinged up, man. Not something Cedarburg can't afford is any more injuries. They've had, 6 or 7 key injuries already.
Major injuries. And, this could be a key win. Cedarburg grabs this one. They've got Grafton, then Homestead. So they get this tonight. They've qualified for the playoffs. Germantown, on the other hand, has got to come out and win the next week.
Race will hand it off. Van Tassel again. Met and stacked up just as he crossed the line of scrimmage. Check that Hoffman on the carry. Neal was there once again. McNeil, Wayman McNeil.
And this drive is eating time that Germantown won't have.
Well, facing a 3rd down and 4 now, as we're under 3 minutes to go.
Kind of wonder how many yards Max Race has run during the course of the night, going from sideline to take the play in each play.
Play fake, wants to throw it, back of the end zone. It goes incomplete. Looking for Alex Kluk, the junior tight end. Seymour back there in coverage for Germantown.
I would imagine, having missed 2 field goals, they're going to go for this on 4th down. And once again, the only bad thing with that pass, it could have been a surprise, but it does stop the clock when you miss it. So
this time they'll be middle of the field for this field goal attempt for Gavin Stump. Again, it'll be Chico on the hold. Mitchell Strobel will do the snapping here. Put the tee down at the 16-yard line. 26-yard field goal straight on here for Stump. Good snap. Ball is down. And it is good. Clutch field goal there for Stump into the wind. This time from the middle of the field, a 26-yarder. That puts them back up 3 scores, 24-7.
I wish our camera could have been right on Coach LaHare. He looked like a real big-time NFL official as he signaled that was good. He's he and his staff have done a marvelous job trying to fight through all those injuries. Not quite as deep in terms of number of players as Germantown, but they have competed very hard, which is kind of an earmark of their program.
There you get a look
There
at
he is.
Brian Lier. Been here for a while now at Cedarburg. But I tell you, you go around southeast Wisconsin, I don't know if there's any two programs that have as much mutual respect for each other than Jake Davis at Germantown and Brian Lier at Cedarburg.
Coach Laher tells the story of coming over here one time with Coach Datka to talk to him about an upcoming opponent in the playoffs. And he was standing next to Coach Datka, kept hearing a whistle but not seeing anybody blow it. And all of a sudden it turns out Phil Datka had a electronic whistle, and said, geez, that's amazing. A week later, Phil mails that whistle to Coach Laher and tells him, good luck. I'm passing this on to you.
Sigler tonight, 30 carries, 169 yards, a pair of touchdowns, also 5 tackles at his linebacker spot. And I understand he's driving the team bus back to Cedarburg tonight.
I hope Coach Laher doesn't have him do any conditioning drills tomorrow. I don't think he needs to.
A gusty north wind takes the football off the tee here.
Back to return.
Stumpf will drive this one low. It will spin and go out of bounds. Not what you wanted there, but again, with the conditions now, that wind is picked up once again here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, much stronger than it was at the beginning of the second half. So now obviously what Cedarburg has to guard against is you can't give up that quick score. It'll be interesting to see if they still blitz 6 or 7, if they're going to drop back into some coverage.
Nate Seymour, the senior quarterback, will lead his offense out. Edmonds and Zakowski split here to the near side. Single back is Peathan. Seymour under pressure, dumps this one over the middle, and it goes incomplete. Looking for Brockala again. Brockala, the 6'3", 210-pound junior. Stops the clock with 2:31 to go. Sets up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, next week Germantown will travel to Port Washington, and then they have to play Milwaukee Lutheran in their final. They need to win one of those 2 games to qualify for the playoffs.
Empty backfield, 5 receivers going out here for the Warhawks. Seymour comes back near side, looking for Edmonds. Diving grab across the 40. No, they ruled it incomplete. They said the ball hit the turf. Back judge with the late signal. Connor Edmonds, the intended target. We'll get a look at it. Nice pitch there by Seymour. You could see it kind of come out. Didn't complete the full process of the catch as he hit the turf, as they like to say on Sundays.
The whole process of the catch.
So it sets up 3rd and 10 from the 35. See if we get another look right there. You can see that ball come out. Nice job by our My24 Sports camera crews here tonight, battling the conditions, and get a good look there.
Well, they've done a great job all year.
Again, empty backfield here. Under pressure is Seymour. Going to come back near side. Got a man slip through, and it goes incomplete. Was looking for Peathan, the running back.
Yeah, Max Race made a nice catch on the sideline of that out-of-bounds pass.
Well, the balance of the game here on this 4th down now for Germantown. They must get to the 45-yard line. 4th and 10. Peathan will line up in a slot here to the near side. 3 receivers far side. Seymour with a 4-man rush. Steps up, delivers. Ball knocked away, incomplete. Looking for Zakowski, broken up by Patrick Hoffman.
You know, back in this time of two-platoon football, you see a number of two-way players making a significant impact on this game.
Hoffman with the deflection, turning it over on downs, back to the Bulldogs. And Germantown has just one more timeout in which they can stop the clock here. So Cedarburg 2 minutes and change away from becoming playoff eligible. We'll give it to Sigler, why not? Sigler's had a big ball game tonight. He'll grind out another 9 more. Approaching 180 yards rushing the ball tonight. And again, enough can't be said about that offensive line. Matt Gall, Nick Krieger, Adam Mortensen, Jason Miller, and Alex Bothy. Bothy, the captain at right tackle. Balance of the running has gone to that right side.
And the rest of the backfield, when you're not carrying the ball, you're also blocking in this offense. Total team effort.
2nd and 2. Race taken as far as he can. We'll give it to Sigler again. 1st down and more. So Ryder Sigler tonight. I think he might carry some hardware home with him tonight.
Yes, if I were a betting man.
Again, stay tuned in our post game. We'll have the player of the game honors, and then we'll also award the 70-pound Badger Max trophy for the winner of this game.
Legal motion on the offense.
This one's coming back, a legal motion call. Been borderline with that most of the night when they send that man in motion here on the wing.
The play before that last one was very close too. I think Coach LaHare will be able to overlook that though, given the outcome.
Again, Race will wait for the back judge to begin counting down.
2nd and 7.
As he'll take it under a minute here when he takes this snap. This time they'll give it off to Valdez. Alex Valdez with the carry. That should do it for Cedarburg. They come to Germantown. They spoil homecoming tonight. Pick up their 4th win to go to 4-1 in league play. That gets them playoff eligible. And with the brackets and the way they've worked it in years past, who knows? These two might see each other if Germantown picks up that 4th win.
Yeah, that's been the kind of the history for the North Shore Conference.
Race will take the knee, and that will do it. Brian Lear and the Cedarburg Bulldogs walk into Germantown and walk out with the victory here tonight as they take down the Warhawks 24-7 here at Datka Stadium. 24-7 your final. We'll be back with our post-game honors, our player of the game, and the trophy presentation with Mike McGivern. All that coming up in our post-game when we return to Datka Stadium. Again, Cedarburg your winner tonight, 24-7 over the Germantown Warhawks. Well, our special Friday night edition of Badger Max Thursday Night Lights, Cedarburg tonight with the win in Germantown, 24-7. Your final here tonight as we head to the sidelines. Mike McGivern with our player of the game.
Hey guys, Ryder Sigler, 31 carries, 178 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5 tackles. That's a U.S. Army night right there. Congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
That's a big win for you boys.
Yeah, that was big. That was nice to have.
Anybody behind us you want to thank?
I mean, definitely the offensive line. Coach Lear, the defense for getting the ball back to the offense so we could score more and get more yards. I mean,
hey, you know what? The offensive line was voted second. It was 1A, 1B. You 1A, them 1B because they had an awfully good night. Sergeant Coswell, U.S. Army, has something for you.
Hey, Ryder, on behalf of the United States Army, man, I want to congratulate you and present you with a Player of the Game trophy, all right? Thank you. You guys did an awesome job.
Back to you, boys.
All righty, Mike, thank you. Our Army, U.S. Army Strong Player of the Game award goes to Ryder Sigler, and what a night he had here tonight.
I wish Coach Lahara could have smiled a little bit more on the side there. He still looks like he's waiting for the game to finish, but Sigler certainly epitomizes what Germantown had to confront all night. Just a hard-charging Cedarburg team.
There are grinders.
Oh, there's
and then
that
there's
straight arm.
The straight arm was the best, but there are grinders, and then there's Ryder Sigler.
Oh, yeah.
Neil, the last one back to pull him down, but Sigler tonight with a nice night, 178 yards. Our Player of the Game presentation brought to you all season long by U.S. Army Strong. One more time, let's go downstairs to Mike McGivern with our Badger Max Trophy presentation.
Coach Lear, man, you come in, it's Germantown's homecoming. We talked before the game. You said, you know what? We got some kids dinged up. We got some injuries, man, but I love this team. Got a lot of spunk to this team, and you guys showed it. Congratulations, big win.
Yeah, it was a huge win for us. We have a great deal of respect for Germantown and their program and what it's been about for 40-plus years. And so our guys came out. It's been an interesting ride with this team week to week, but they're staying with it. They're working hard and getting better and better. So really pleased with what they got done tonight.
These guys are all chuckling behind you when you say that.
They should be chuckling.
Hey, congratulations, Badger Max, with the trophy. My boy 77 said he can handle this thing. It's a heavy trophy.
You guys, outstanding game, great performance. Nice work, Coach.
Good job, boys. Hey, good luck next week the rest of the way. Bulldogs, well done tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Cedarburg Bulldogs get the Badger Max Trophy tonight as they defeat Germantown 24-7. We'll take our final break, back with a final word from Datka Stadium in Germantown right after this on My 24. Cedarburg picks up the win tonight, 24-7. They go to 6-1 on the season and 4-1 in league play. They still have a chance at sharing a conference title yet this year, and they're playoff eligible, Coach.
And a true team victory. We saw both their offensive lines and defensive lines perform very well. Just some, a group effort for which I'm sure Coach Lahara is extremely grateful and proud.
And I just got word in my ear that Paul said Greenfield defeated Whitnall, so in 2 weeks we've got the Greenfield-Greendale Woodland Conference Championship in a couple of weeks.
Battle of the Greens.
Well, next week it's City Conference action out at Custer Stadium. It'll be Vincent taking on Milwaukee-Madison. We'll have that one for you back on a Thursday night. That's next week, Thursday at 7. Right here on My 24. Terry, nice job once again tonight. Thank you to Mike McGivern and to Kara. And for our entire My 24 sports crew, John Weiser saying good night from Germantown. Cedarburg, a 24-7 victory over the Germantown Warhawks. Until next Thursday, have a great week, everyone.
Badger Max Thursday Night Lights on My 24 is brought to you by Badger Max Premium Sports Drinks. Drink it to the max. Menards. Save big money at Menards. Wisconsin Lutheran College. American Family Insurance. And by Durzon and Menard. They work for the average Joe. Additional support has been provided by the U.S. Army, the Marines, Goodwill, and Sports Radio 105.7 FM, The Fan.